بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم أما بعد. To continue in the study of تذكرة السامع والمتكلم of Ibn Jamaah rahimahullah, we are in the last chapter of the book. I will finish the book soon inshallah. And we are discussing now the manners of a student in the institutes of knowledge and the places where knowledge is sought. So you mentioned point number 4, that if the waqif is one who has given a land or a property where it is not allowed for it to be sold or other than that, and it is only there for what he has given it for. It is like an endowment. He has placed this land, example, in this case, for the affair of seeking knowledge. So this, if he makes this condition, then this land should only be for those who are seeking knowledge. So he says here, if the one who has given this land has restricted those who live in the madrasa, the institute, be from those who are specified with a condition, and not other than them, then none can live in it except for them. And if one lives in there where he does not meet the condition, then he is a sinner and oppressor due to that. And if the one who has given this land has not specified that, then there's no problem if the one living there is deserving of that. Meaning, in this case, he is from those who seek knowledge and ascribes himself to its people. So here what he's saying is, if the one who has given this land in this institute, that it be only for those who seek knowledge, then it is a must that he sticks to that. Before we get there, we'll mention point number 3, point number 4, na'am. So basically he's mentioning here that if that is a condition, then you must meet the condition. You must meet the condition of being a student knowledge in this case, to live in that land. And if you're not, then you are sinning and oppressing yourself. And then he says, if someone who doesn't meet the condition lives there, or someone who is not from them lives there, then he should honor its people, and they should be placed first before him in that which they are in need of from it. And he should also attend the lessons. He should attend the lessons. Because, so what he's saying, whoever lives in this place now, he should attend the lessons. Because it is the greatest of the reasons for why it was built. The reason why this institute was built was for knowledge to be spread. It was built for the knowledge to be spread, and so that those who live in it, that they attend these lessons, upon them to attend the lessons, due to that which in it is from recitation and dua for the one who has given this land, and to gather together upon the remembrance of Allah and remember knowledge. If the one who is living there leaves this off, then he has left off the intent of why this institute was opened up. And that also opposes the intent of the one who gave this land. So one who is staying in these institutes of knowledge, then it is a must that he attends the lessons. He says if he does not attend the lesson, and he is absent from at the time of the lesson, due to him not sitting with them, without an excuse, if he has no excuse, then this is bad manners. Or this is trying to be arrogant towards them and feeling that you are not in need of the benefits, and also not paying mind and concern to their congregation. So this is bad manners, to go to a place where knowledge is spread and then you don't attend the lessons and you stay away without any excuse. Then the whole intent of you going there was to seek knowledge and benefit from the knowledge that was spread there, and you are not benefiting from the knowledge spread there, rather you are not even attending without any excuse. And if you are there, then he says you should not leave at the time of them gathering from his house except due to a need. Meaning, if you are present at the madrasa, your house, you're living around the madrasa, and you have not attended the lesson, then you should not leave your house except due to necessity. And that those who were supposed to be attending, you should not call any of them to your house. Or none should exit from the house, and you should not be walking in the madrasa. These are all in order to honor the lesson. And you should not raise your voice with recitation or repetition, or raise it whereas it is loud, or you should not close his door, or open it with a noise which may bother people, and similar to that. For all of that is bad manners with those who are attending the lesson. Meaning, so if you're living in the madrasa, you have a room in the madrasa, then do not cause any disturbance to those who are attending the lesson if you are not attending. If you are not attending is what he is saying. And he says this is, Shaykh Salih Hussain mentions that is repulsive that one shows his opposition whilst not attending the lesson with his different situation of entering and exiting and similar to that. That you show your opposition that you don't want to attend the dars and you're bothering them and causing them hardship. And he says that I've seen, Ibn Jamaah rahimahullah mentions that I've seen some of the scholars, the great scholars, the pious ones, they would be harsh upon a person who was a faqih, who was a scholar of fiqh, who would pass in the lesson, in the madrasa while the lesson is going on, whilst he was doing this to help someone who is sick in the madrasa. And he's close to the teacher as well. And there was a need for him, but yet the teacher will still get upset at him for doing this during the lesson. And this is, as they mention, going to extreme lengths of showing that one should not do this. That one, if there's a lesson going on, you should not harm the lesson with something which may cause disturbance. Then he says, point number 5, that one does not occupy himself with mixing with the people and befriending the people, or if one mixing with the people and trying to gain comfort by way of them. For as we mentioned last time, that mixing too much with the people, whereas it becomes a custom of a person, and it harms later on. It causes harm. And then he says that he should be from those who are pleased with the place of his living, and should not be there just for relieving himself and filling his belly. Meaning he should not take this place, this institute of knowledge, just to relieve himself by eating a lot and filling his belly. Meaning he should be there for seeking knowledge, for the reason why he is there. So rather he should be accepted upon his situation of attaining knowledge. And with the reason for why this institute was opened up, by not mixing too much, or not mixing at all. For indeed it corrupts the one's situation, and also makes one lose money, as has preceded. So if you mix too much, more than that which is you're in need of, then in reality it harms a person. And he says the intelligent one is the one who makes this madrasa, in which he makes it as a place in which he fulfills that which he's in need of, and then he leaves from it. And then he says, and also that he has a companion. He says, for indeed the true companion is the one who aids him upon attaining his intent, and helps him in completing the benefits, and gives him encouragement upon increasing and seeking knowledge, and he lowers from him that which he finds from hardship. And they should be from the one who is entrusted with him in his religion and his trust, and has good manners in being his companion. Then there's no problem with that. But rather it is good if he is one who is advising for the sake of Allah, and not one who is a joker, or one who has too much amusement. So what he is saying here, that in reality the one who is intelligent, once he gains his knowledge from the institute, he leaves. So he doesn't have that time to mix with the people and befriend one. But he says if one were to take a friend, then he should be from those that were mentioned, that he helps him in that which he is seeking, that seeking knowledge. He should not be from those who deter him, and he should also be from those who have trust and are religious and have good manners. And he said he should have honor in the fact that he should be from those who are able to show virtue from staying long in this madrasa, in the institute. What he is saying here is that he should not be from those who settle with little. He should show some honor and respect for himself, that he has stayed here long, and that he should be from those who are foremost in seeking knowledge if he is the one who has been there longer, due to him repeating the lessons, and that he should be from those who preceded other than him with attaining much. but he should not have arrogance in regards to that either though. And he should seek from himself every day with that which he has learned which is new. He should ask himself every day, what have I learned that is new? And he should hold himself accountable with that which he has attained in that institute. Is he attaining knowledge, or what is he doing? And he should be from those who eat from that which is halal. For, he says, the madaris, institutes, were not placed only for one to establish it and to mix with the people. Nor was it only placed for as-salah and as-siyam. Like the Al-Afghanee. Al-Afghanee, Shaykh Salih Hussein mentions a place that is placed there for worship. So what are you saying here? That it is not a place where one only mixes these institutes of knowledge, or a place for only salah and siyam and acts of worship, but rather it is specified to seek in knowledge and to be one who does that solely, and that he takes away that which occupies him and that which occupies him from his land and his family and his relatives. That's why he goes there to seek this knowledge. And he says the one who has intellect knows that the most virtuous of his days are the ones in which he increases in virtue and knowledge, and his enemy from the ins and the jinn, due to him benefiting, attained by that hardship and displeasure. So what he's intending here is that these places of knowledge are not only placed for one to stay there and to mix with the people and to only worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by way of siyam and salah, and other than that, rather is there for seeking knowledge. And every day he should be from those who benefit some knowledge, and one should hold himself accountable for that. Did I benefit anything new today? Meaning he should always try to increase his knowledge daily. And the best of his days are the ones where he increases in knowledge and increases in virtue, and in which he says, as the author mentioned, his enemies from the jinn and the humans, they get upset at him for it because he's increasing good. And then he says, point number 6, that he makes it upon, or he necessitates upon the people of those who are living in the madrasa, the institute, which he is living in, that they spread the salam, and that they show love amongst each other and ihtiram, and that he gives them the right of being a neighbor and a companion and brothers in the religion, and that they are all seeking here a goal, or they're doing a job here, and that is seeking knowledge, because they are people of knowledge and those who carry it, and they are students. And he should not look upon their deficiencies, and he should forgive their mistakes, and he should cover their awrat, their mistakes, and he should thank them for the good that they did, and he should let go of their mistakes that they have committed. If he is not able to make his mind set with the fact that they have bad manners, or the neighbors are bad, or that they have bad characteristics, or other than that, then he should leave. Then he leaves that place. If the place has people who are affecting him in a bad way, and he is not benefiting, rather he is being affected, then he leaves. He leaves to go gather his heart and to ease his mind. And if his heart gets gathered, then he should not leave from a place without a need. So if the place is somewhere where you go there and it's to a knowledge, and you find that there's issues there that you are not able to settle with, you're not able to gain knowledge by way of those issues, then you leave from that place and you go to a place where you're able to settle and ease your mind and gather your heart into benefit from the knowledge. So if you find a place where you're at ease and your heart is gathered and you are understanding what's going on, the knowledge is being spread there, then you should not leave that place without any need. He says, for that is dislike for the student knowledge, very dislike for the student knowledge. And it is more dislike doing that than him going from book to book, as is preceded. For that is a sign of becoming weary and tired, and playfulness, and not being successful. And as we mentioned before, from the greatest of affairs for the student knowledge, one who tries to attain knowledge, is being firm in that which he is memorizing, that which he is understanding, in sticking to the scholars, and sufficing himself with a book which he is seeking knowledge from. Meaning he should not jump from book to book. He should not jump from sheikh to sheikh. He should not jump from institute to institute if he is a beginner. He should not be from those who constantly leave off things. He stays here 2 days, the next 2 days he is there. He reads this book 2 days, next 2 days. He memorizes a book, he picks up a book to memorize, he memorizes 2 hadith, and he says, okay, maybe I'll go to another book. And by this, you lose much benefit. You don't finish the first book, you don't finish the second book. And this anyone who has sought knowledge has experienced this. I've experienced it myself personally. Where you want to memorize a book, you memorize half of the book, and for some reason you feel now that this book, you don't want to memorize anymore, you want to go to the bigger book. To memorize it for the hadith in the bigger book. Example, you want to memorize Umdatul Ahkam, you reach half of the book and you say, one day you read into Bulugh al-Maram and you say, oh subhanAllah, Bulugh al-Maram is shorter hadith and it has the narrations that are mentioned in Umdatul Ahkam. So why don't I go memorize Bulugh al-Maram? I would memorize the book Bulugh al-Maram and I also memorize Umdatul Ahkam. Since most of the hadith are mentioned in there. And it is shorter. And slowly you find that you didn't finish Umdatul Ahkam, you didn't finish either Bulugh al-Maram. You find that you left both of them off. So one should stay firm with that which he is doing. For example, an individual wants to read a book. He reads 10 pages of the book and he says, oh, this book, maybe I should go read the other book. The other book looks bigger and more beneficial. So he leaves off the book that he thinks is not beneficial for him, and he goes, picks up the second book, he reads 5 pages, leaves that book both as well. And what does he do? He doesn't return back to the first book. Rather, he leaves both of them and he has not benefited. So it's important for a student of knowledge to stay firm in his knowledge. Firm in that which he's memorizing. Firm in that which he's reading. To stay firm in the scholars he's taking knowledge from. Example, you listen to lectures of a scholar. You want to finish that series of the lectures of the scholar. You listen to 2 lectures and you say, you know what? I don't like the way this teacher teaches. I'm going to go to a second, the other sheikh's explanation. You go to that sheikh's explanation, listen to 2 lectures, you don't like the way he explained either. What happens now? You leave the explanation in totality. And what do you do in this? You end up wasting time. And when you could have finished the book, you could have finished memorization, you could finish many things. But because you kept leaving it off, leaving this and leaving down, and you didn't stay firm, you have wasted time and not benefited and not completed anything. Then he says, point number 7, that he chooses to be his neighbor, the one who is the most pious amongst them, and the one that is seeking knowledge the most, and the one that is best in his manners, and the one who protects his honor the most, so that he could be from those who help him upon that which he is intending. And from he says the parables, al-jar qabl al-dar, that one seeks to find out about the neighbor he's going to have before he chooses the house to live in. He says وَالرَّفِيقَ قَبْلَ الطَّرِيقِ. He says that the one that you seek to travel with, you should know about him before you travel, before you intend to travel. Or he says that the one's manners get stolen. Meaning if you mix with someone, generally your manners become his manners. And then he says, from the manners of a person is that he copies or imitates one similar to him. So it's important that you pick your neighbor and your companion correctly. Then he says that in the institutes, the masakin, the houses which are higher, are better for the one who is not weak from climbing it, and it is more better for the one who's seeking knowledge. Why? Because there's not much people passing by. When you're on a higher floor, you don't hear much of the problems on the street, you don't see much of the issues in front of your house. Rather, you're at a higher floor, so it's better for the one seeking knowledge, and it is better for his mind, especially if the neighbor is one who is from the pious. And it preceded the statement of Al-Khatib al-Baghdadi that the rooms are more better for memorization. He says, as for the weak one, and the one who has been accused of something, and the one who has been sought, or the people seek from him to give fatwa, or the one who is teaching in there, then the lower masakin, the lower households, are better for them. For the weak, he can't climb. The one who is accused of something, if he lives in a higher floor, him passing by the houses and him passing by the people, someone may accuse him further of something. That he was looking into the houses, maybe he was doing something wrong. So it's better for him to stay on the lower floors. And then as for the one who is sought to give fatwa, then it's easier to access people it's easier for him to be accessible to the people. Then he mentions a point here, that the one who wants to organize the students in the madrasa, then he should put in the front of the madrasa the one who is known to be trustworthy with his religion and desires to seek knowledge, and he should put at the back in the different places where they stay, the one who is accused of something or one who is not known, so that they can come across his condition if there's some kind of doubt regarding him, in him exiting and entering. And then he says that it is more befitting that one who is beautiful in his face or handsome in his face, or a child who does not have a wali who is clever, does not stay in the madrasa. Why? So that the person does not get harmed by them and they do not harm others. And this topic is a more detailed topic that should be discussed inshallah in another sitting, of why the scholars have mentioned this. And it is a topic of importance, and the scholars have wrote regarding that. Then he says that the woman should not stay either in a place where the men will pass by, their doors. And their rooms should not have openings or windows where it could be seen from the madrasa. And then he says it is befitting for the faqih, the scholar of fiqh, that he should not enter his house, let one enter his house, one who is doubtful regarding his affair, or he is evil, or he has little religion, and he should not let anyone enter it, the one who his family dislikes, or the people of the house dislike. And then that he should also not enter into his house the one who relays the bad affairs of the house, or the one who is going to backbite them, or the one who will cause problems between them, or the one who is going to occupy them from seeking knowledge. And he should not befriend those who are not from his people. So these important points, that one should not enter into his house these kind of individuals. You should not enter into your house people who there's doubtful regarding them, or they are evil, or they are from people who have bad manners, or they are from those who, if they enter your house, they'll spread anything that they find in your house that may be an issue, that is an issue that occurred at that moment, but because they heard something, they go spread it. These are affairs, or they backbite, or like this. One should stay away from them. As it comes in Abi Dawood, another them from the Prophet ﷺ, لا تصاحب إلا مؤمنا. They're not accompanied except for the believer. They're not accompanied except for the believer. So it's important. He should not enter upon them, and they should not enter upon him. Rather, he should try to advise them if they have issues, but he should not enter them into his house, for it may cause more harm than good. So with this, inshallah, we'll stop and continue next week. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.